let's do a few more exercises to start getting more confident on being on our hands and not on our feet. You can, for some of these, if you feel like you want to have a wall behind you for safety, you can. Some of them you can't. You'll see as we go along here. But what we want to do is start getting used to the feeling of being on our hands and less on our feet. And the only way to do that is by actually doing it. So the first one is just these little froggy jumps. Very simple, and it's fun. You can do them anywhere. It's playful. I don't have a yoga mat down, and I recommend not to, so you can really make use of the space. Okay, so what you would do is you place your hands forward, and all you're going to do is hop your feet outside of your hands and maintain the same actions. Grip the ground, really make sure that your fingers are active like usual. Okay, and then all you need to do is lean, resist, push, and then like the blanket slides, you kind of pull your knees towards your outer arms. And then you lean, grip, push, pull. And as you get a little bit more confident with it, instead of jumping so much, you can also press your way forward and then of course back. So lean, resist, push, jump your way back, lean, resist, push, jump your way back. So your legs are in that kind of froggy position or malasana squat position the whole time. Okay, so let's try again. We go forward, lean, resist, push, jump. Or if you want, you don't jump and you just try to press. This will help you with your press handstands later on. Back. Making sure your fingers are super active as you push. All right, so that's number one, the little frog jumps there. And number two, we're going to start to move on to more traditional handstand jumps. There are three primary jumps in acrobatics, and I'll also name the fourth one that we'll be working on quite a bit. Number one, the hardest one, is called pike, and that is both legs jump up at the same time together and form a handstand. That would be something like this. You jump with both legs and you right into handstand. Now, that is the most challenging one, so we won't be doing that yet. I just wanted to show you what pike press or pike jumps are. The second one would be straddle. It's the next. Actually, I would say the next most challenging one would be tuck jumps. So tuck jumps look like this, and I won't go to a full handstand, but it will be something like this: tuck, hold, release. The next one will be a straddle, lean, jump, straddle, and then back down. Now, of course, the straddle could go all the way up, tuck can go all the way up, both of them could go all the way up, and that's not what we're going to aim for right now. Okay, so again, we're not trying to get to a full handstand, we're just trying to get comfortable on the hands. So it would be bit more beneficial to really have all the weight in your hands and have your legs close to the ground than it would be to fly up and put your feet on a wall and not really have the weight in the appropriate place in the hands. Just a reminder, where are we placing the weight in the hands? At the metacarpals, at the front of the hands. You're just really feel into that space so that you really get used to pushing from your shoulders down through your elbows, down through your wrist, into that point. Okay, so let's take the next step. Oh yeah, sorry, let me go over the fourth one for you. So you have pike, most challenging, tuck, second most challenging, straddle, third most challenging, and then the easiest of all of the jumps would be to do a kick jump. Now we did kick switches. A kick jump is just without the switch. So you would jump up into an L-shaped position, just like so. I'm going to show that for you once. Please don't, this is all right now just for your visual demonstrations. I'll tell you what your exercises are in a moment, okay? So don't do any of these. This is the L hop to a balanced position. Okay, and that's where it would end, in that L, and we're going to work on that together in this video training, but not right now. So let's first try the little tuck jumps, and you don't need to like hold or balance it, but if you're fearful, and maybe just for safety purposes, it's best to have a wall behind you, but please don't make use of the wall, meaning don't move your hips to the wall. Don't get tempted. The wall's like a magnet. It always wants to pull you in. So we don't want to make use of the wall. We just want to really find out how do you put the weight in the metacarpals as part of the hand, grip the ground, and get your weight there and tuck the knees towards the chest. So first exercise before we actually do the tuck jump is to understand what tuck feels like in your body. So what would be really beneficial is you come on the ground and you take your knees to your chest in this tuck position, pointed feet, and draw your tailbone up off the ground so your knees are as close to your chest as possible. Then, without losing this tight ball, you're going to start to reach your arms overhead as if you're doing a handstand. So shoulders up by the ears, knees into chest, heels towards bum, feet pointed, head back, gently looking toward your fingers. Again, you're going to be tempted that your butt's going to be sticking out, your low back is arched, your knees are not by your chest, and of course, you're kind of creating a banana back. So draw your knees to chest, tailbone up, heels to bum, feet pointed, shoulders by the ears, reach. Even if your head is lifted off the ground, that's better than arching the back, okay? And then release. You can do that either from this position here, or I find it easier, more beginner way to do it is you tuck yourself in to a ball, and then maybe you start with a cactus arms like this, keeping your knees to your chest, tailbone up off the ground, then reach shoulders towards ears. Okay, so that's the position. Now we have to take that position and just simply flip it so that we are on our hands. Simple. So we do this by starting in handstand prep position, lean, grip the ground, and push with the shoulders, round the back, and then all you're gonna do is bend at the knees and a little pop of the feet so your heels come to bum and knees to chest. Boop, and back down, okay? Again, lean, grip, push, find the weight in the metacarpals, bend the knees, a little pop of the feet, heels to bum, and back down. Again, knees always stay on chest. You're gonna watch this for a moment. You'll be tempted to bring your butt back and knees up like so. It would be more beneficial to stay really compact like so for this exercise especially. All right, I wanted to pause the video right here so that you can see the importance of the shoulder alignment over the metacarpals. This is what makes it possible to hold a posture like this, moving the weight forward towards the fingers. Of course, that requires flexibility and requires hip flexor strength, okay? So you can go back to gaining flexibility here and hip flexor strength. And also what would be beneficial is maybe doing a little pigeon pose as well. I'm not going to lead you through that, but and that way you stretch the buttocks. Okay, so you stretch the buttocks, activate the hip flexors, and work on the tuck position. Of course, doing it on your back first it's harder muscularly because of gravity. It's obviously easier for balance because you're not on your hands, and it's safer. So it's a great preparatory position. Highly recommend. Next, so we have the tuck jumps. Next is going to be straddles. And before we get into straddle jumps, I'd like for you to come into a straddle position. Don't worry about how wide your legs are. Take them as wide as is comfortable for you. This is going to be the hard part, okay? So you'll take your hands in front and see if you can lean to your left and take your right leg up off the ground. You're going to notice that that's probably really challenging. And maybe it doesn't come up off the ground at all. I remember the first time I tried this, it just didn't come up off the ground. So that's hip flexor strength, abductor strength, your outer hips to keep the leg wide. You can go the other direction, lean, lift, try to keep your leg straight. If you like, you can point your leg as well. That's point your foot as well. It's an option. Lean, grip, push. So I'm saying grip as it's a pattern in my speech right now, but it's lean, pull the leg up, lean, pull the leg up, lean, pull the leg up, back and forth, and your hip flexors are probably, and your outer hips are probably super crampy after that. So That's because the muscles are really fighting to activate when they're probably most likely weak. And as you build strength, they won't cramp up as much. Okay, so that's the prep for your straddle jumps. Now, what we're gonna do is something like a straddle jumping jack. You'll take your legs wide and you'll jump your feet together. You'll take your feet together, jump wide, back and forth. And what is the goal? It's to keep the weight at the front of the hands, at the metacarpals, and really feel the sensation of your body weight being poured in there. And again, so what's the actions? You lean into that place here, grip to resist, and you push from your shoulder all the way through. Again, I just want to reiterate that when you push from your shoulder all the way through up to your ear here, your ribs come down in the front and round the upper back. This will maintain the appropriate action all the way from your core to your fingers. Okay, so we do straddle jumping jacks. Your hands come down, come into your handstand prep position, round the back, shoulders to the ears, lift your heels up, jump your legs off the ground and straddle out to the sides. And then again, lean into your fingers. So this is like a handstand prep position, but with your feet wide. And you jump your legs up and bring your feet together. And then again, lean into your fingers, jump your feet up and out. Now when you jump your feet up, notice if your weight comes back into the heel of the hand. It is beneficial to put a block behind your forearms to start to remember that pattern of leaning forward. But ultimately, I want you to feel the weight in the hands. Feel that your weight is at the metacarpal. So lean, resist, push, grip the ground, jump, legs toward each other, jump, legs apart from each other, jump, legs toward each other. Jumping jacks. And that's enough. Okay, so we've got our little froggy hops, or the Malasana jumps, and then we have the tuck jumps, and then we have the straddles. We're gonna revisit the scissor kicks. Instead of kick switching though, we're gonna jump off of one leg and land on the same leg. This is actually a little bit harder than the kick switches. Just requires a little more strength, more press, more push of the shoulders to the ears in order to not feel so clunky. You'll probably feel very clunky, so just bear with yourself as you learn these. I have not seen anybody really be very graceful right when they start learning them. It takes years. For this one, use a wall, have it behind you, but do not put your feet up on it. And when you kick up, try to not touch the wall. What's going to happen, and I'll show a little example, your top leg will want to drift back like almost like a split counterbalance. We don't want this. We want to keep the weight in the metacarpals, and when your feet go back, it pushes the weight towards the heel of the hand, which takes you out of control, which is why doing handstands at the wall repetitively often take away the ability to do handstands. So you'll see what we want to do is just really keep the weight into the metacarpals, weight off of the wall, but you may put it behind you, okay? So you would be about a foot away from the wall if you have one to use, and you'll take one leg up, so whatever your happy leg is for now. You'll lean, grip, push, weight in the metacarpals, shoulders to the ears, jump off the bottom leg, hit an L for a moment, and come right back down. The first time you do that, the L for the moment will be a split second if you're lucky, okay? But as you develop, it will be able to hold, okay? So let's do it again. You jump up, again, do not go to the wall if you have it behind you. Just jump up, pause, come back down. This is still your dominant leg. A couple more rounds. Lean, grip, push. Lean, grip, push. We're gonna move on to the non-dominant leg. Now, for the sake of practice, we'll keep the bottom and top leg straight, but if you need to, you can bend the top leg, okay? So non-dominant leg, switch it up. Your handstand prep position number 2, lean, grip, push, jump off the bottom leg, try to hit a little L. Again, this side will be harder for you. Lean, grip, push, hit a little L. Lean, grip, push, do not touch the wall. Weight in the metacarpals, and release. We're gonna do one more. Now, doing these consecutively could be easy for you, but depending on where you are, if you practice a bunch of times, but I would encourage you to certainly take rest in between. And like I've said in the other videos, film all of these and use your rest to watch yourself on the video and see what you're doing. You're the best coach. I can't be there with you, of course, being that this is a video course, but if you are, you have me as a reference as you watch this video, and then you have yourself on video. So you can just compare and contrast, and that way you develop your eye, you'll develop your mirror neurons as you look at the way that I'm doing it, and then you'll be able to be your best coach, okay? I can't stress it enough. You have technology, use it. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna do the same thing, except this will be more than likely easier for most of you. It's like half tuck and half L. So the top leg is gonna stay up and straight, but the bottom leg is gonna tuck into the chest. So just like our tuck jump, one leg is gonna tuck in the chest and stay tight, while the other leg is gonna be up. So half tuck, half L. Here you are, put the weight in your hands. Half tuck, half L. Again, half tuck, half L. You might find that you get a little more hang time. And a quick note, well, before we do the second side, your half tuck, the knee comes in. This is called like a stag in acrobatics. The knee comes, the foot comes in and touches the inner knee and holds. You see how I got this body position? Let's try that on both sides. This here, slide the leg up, tuck into your chest. So you're half tucked. The foot touches the inner leg. It's going to help you find your midline when you squeeze the inner leg. Okay. Let's try the other side, non-dominant side now. Let's see. Okay, so here we are. Oh, I'm on my dominant side, of course. Lean, grip into your fingers, jump, tuck, touch. Again, lean, grip into your fingers, push with your shoulders to your ears, tuck, touch, and release. One more time. Lean, grip, push, tuck, touch, and release. All right, that's it for this video right here. Again, you can review any of these, and as you progress, as you get better at each of them, you can add repetitions on, and you'll get more and more comfortable with going up a little bit higher. But again, try not to use the wall. Always better to undershoot with the feet, with the legs, and really maintain the lower body, the hands. I'm saying lower body, your upper body on the ground. Your hands are really the focus of your attention. So when you jump up, keep the weight in metacarpals, make that your focus, and then try to assemble everything, roll everything up over your hands. Roll everything up over your elbows, up over your shoulders, roll your core over your shoulders, and then your hips, okay? And then your feet last. Try not to banana back it. It's gonna be so tempting, and that's why I keep reiterating. I know it's so tempting to try to get into something that feels like a handstand, but and maybe you do that every now and then for playfulness, but it will not get you towards a handstand. It will only establish patterns that will move you further and further away from handstand. So we don't want to backtrack, okay? We just want to move forward. So see if you can not use a wall and just progressively come up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, and do more reps. All right, see you on the next one.